is we're going to use this time to work on recipes. Does anybody have any specific examples of ingredients that's giving them problems?
Butter,
Okay, so butter.
like $91 or
I think it's 36 cents. $91.36. Is that correct? No. 91.80 maybe. Let's double check it. Chef Tech inventory list.
91 and 80 cents.
And 80 cents. Thank you.
That's my problem also.
Okay. 91.80 for 36 pounds. Okay. So that's my as purchased. And how much do we need for the recipe?
Ounces.
We need 9 ounces. Okay. We need 9 ounces of clarified butter, right? So what does our
Yes.
semester project note say about clarified butter?
it would be 12 ounces.
Okay. So we got the 12 ounces correct. Okay, cool. So we did the EP divided by the yield percentage. Okay, and that gives us our as purchased. That gives us how much we need to use. There's kind of what our starting amount should be. Okay, and so 9 ounces becomes 12 ounces so that we can end up with 9 after we clarify it. Cool. Okay, so that's we're on good. We're on the track so far. Okay, so then what did you do next?
Try to find it. I was having trouble with Bulgarian sauce. I would get everything right except for the first two ingredients, and then obviously the total I was somehow I didn't have the butter and the
Okay, so we're working on butter right now. So what was we have $91.80 for 36 pounds, and we have the 12 ounces as our recipe. So far we're on track. So what's the next thing that you did? Don't look at the math up here. Tell me what you did.
um,
Me, I divided $91.80 to 36.
Okay, so you divide this by 36 pounds, and what did you get?
To the 2.55
Okay, so $2.55 per pound. And then what did you do?
times 12 ounces.
Okay, so do our units match? Our units do not match, so we cannot multiply because our units don't match. We're doing 255 per pound times 12 ounces. We have to
Okay.
get out of the cost of one recipe unit. And so what do we have to do?
You have to check the volume to wait. I don't know.
No. No, because we're already in weight, right? We're already weighing
Oh,
9
yeah, yeah. Right.
ounces and 12 ounces, right?
Okay.
We have a couple of different options we can take. We can divide by 16 ounces, and that will give us our cost per ounce. Or because 12 ounces, right, is a multiple of 4, we could say 12 ounces is actually equal to 0.75 pounds. And then our units do match. So then, yes, we could multiply 255 times 0.75. Okay. But if we don't convert those 12 ounces to pounds, then we have to make sure we divide by 16 to get the cost per ounce. Okay. The only time that I convert ounces into pounds on the recipe side is if it's 4 ounces, 8 ounces, 12 ounces. That way it's 0.25, 0.5, or 0.75. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to change the as purchased side to ounces. Okay. So 255 divided by 16 ounces is how much?
0.159, like 16, 0.16.
16 cents per ounce, correct. So 16 cents per ounce. That's what's going to go in your recipe unit cost column. Okay. So our AP starts out as 91.80 for 36 pounds. Our recipe unit cost is 16 cents per ounce. And now we can multiply by 12 ounces because our units match.
Mr. Minsky?
Yes.
Okay, well, two things. One, the video that you put up for 1022, I think is still privated because I tried getting on it, but it was like no video available. It's private, and I was like, okay. So I just wanted to let you know about that one.
Okay.
And then I also needed help with the velouté flour measurement. I tried doing that one and I was having trouble with it, and then the heavy cream and then olive oil, but I can tell you what I was trying to do for all of those.
Give me one moment. Let me go back to, let me do the video first.
For sure.
Um, oh, it looks like I didn't publish it. That's probably the reason why. Unlisted. Save. All right. So that one's published. Give it a little bit to get going. Um, awesome. Okay, and now let's talk about the flour for the velouté sauce. AP to recipe. Okay. Um, talk me through your process for flour, AP to recipe.
So I had the 17.36 for the 50 pounds of flour, for the AP, and then our recipe we needed the 9 ounces.
Okay.
And so I think what I was trying to do was convert it to pounds, because the flour was already in pounds. And so I looked up the flour weight for the 9 ounces and I got 0.31 pounds. Um, and then I divided the 17.36 by the 50 and got 0.35. And so then when I multiplied it together, I got 0.11.
Okay. So dividing this by 50, and you got 35 cents per pound.
Yes.
Okay, so that is correct. Excellent. Okay. Let me just do something real quick. And so if we did 60, Okay, so when you did 9 ounces to pounds, you got what as how many pounds?
0.31.
0.31 pounds. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so um what I would recommend is go ahead and take the AP down to the cost per ounce. Because 9 ounces doesn't cleanly convert to pounds.
Okay.
Okay. So if we divide this by 16 ounces, or if we multiply 50 pounds times 16 ounces, that's 800. So we could just divide the original 1736 by 800 ounces, and then that way it's automatically in the cost per ounce. Um, so that way our units match. And so when we divide 1736 divided by 800, we'll get 3 cents per ounce.
Okay. I don't know what I was doing. Honestly, I think I got like I was confusing myself because I was trying to do the 800 one too, and then I think because I saw it as 800, I was like freaking myself out with it, and I was like, ugh. Okay, but thank you for the help with that one.
You're welcome.
Um, for the heavy cream, I guess I don't know, maybe I'm doing the same thing. Or no, I thought that one was easier because it's in the same ounces already, or like it's already the same measurement.
Okay.
But I was still getting that one wrong too. So it was the 1437 for 64 ounces on the AP side. And then our recipe only needed 26 ounces.
Okay.
So then I divided the 1437 by 64 and got 0.22. And then I just multiplied that by the 26 because they're already in the same ounces and got 5.74 or 72, excuse me.
Okay. So 1437 divided by 64. Okay, so that's probably where you're can you see my calculator on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So that's probably where it's going wrong because we're gonna round this up to 23 cents per ounce,
Okay.
right? Because we're rounding up to the nearest penny. So I know that normal rounding rules says that this four, we're gonna keep the two the same, but this four is like almost half of a penny,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so if you think about it, half of a penny, that's going to add up over time. And so to correct any kind of miscalculation from like undercalculation, I should say, we're going to always round up to the nearest penny. So no matter the only time we're not going to do any rounding is when we get exactly the amount. So for example, in the butter, when we divided 9180 by 36, we got 255 per pound. So we're not going to round anything because it's already two decimal places.
Mm.
But in this case, since there's more than three decimal places, okay, anytime there's the presence of a third decimal, we're always going to round up to the nearest penny. So this 22 cents is actually going to become 23 cents. And so by multiplying by 26 ounces, essentially your answer is going to be 26 cents off because it's off by 1 penny. That makes
Mm.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then that's just gonna be like any number in that like with like when there's like anything past like two numbers, it's just any number after that's gonna be rounded up.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Anytime we have a third decimal, the second decimal gets rounded up one.
Okay, heard. And then the last one I had a question on was the olive oil for the bread. Um, yeah, because I was looking at the notes because the video wasn't up yet. So I was looking at the notes and I saw you were putting 18 ounces, but I saw like on the recipe costing sheet that it was 0.18. And so I was trying to do it like both ways and trying to figure that out, but I couldn't really, wrap my head around it yet. Um, but
18 cents per ounce.
yes.
Okay, what I'm just trying to figure out where did you mention I said 18 per ounce?
Or I was looking at in where you're writing the math on the notes page.
Okay,
There was a notes page that you uploaded, and maybe like I just didn't see like the point 18, but I was
check.
seeing it was 18, and I was like, okay, hold on.
Yeah. No, so 18 cents per ounce. Okay, cool. So then if we have AP of 18 cents per ounce, and what is our recipe amount?
8 tablespoons,
Okay.
and so that conversion I got 3.81 ounces. For
Okay,
like
so
the measurement rate.
you used the conversion website.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the error
Okay.
because what kind of ingredient is olive oil?
A liquid.
It's a liquid. So if it's a liquid, how many ounces are in a tablespoon?
Give me a second. Hold on. Tablespoon. It's 2 ounces?
Mm,
No, half an ounce.
an ounce, right? So if it's liquid, a tablespoon is half an ounce.
Okay.
And so with that half an ounce, we can convert this to 4 ounces.
Okay.
Okay. So remember, if it's when we see this tablespoon or teaspoon or cup, we have to figure out is this a liquid or a dry ingredient? If it's a dry ingredient, of course, we're going to go to the conversion website. But if it's a liquid, then when we say this is 18 cents per ounce, we're saying that this is already an ounce of olive oil, right? We measure olive oil as a liquid as in ounces. So essentially, this 18 cents is 2 tablespoons.
Mm, I see. Okay.
Yep.
So then that also because I know you're saying dry ingredients, and I think I was confusing myself with like celery costs, like weighing that out. So that's not including like whole ingredients, right?
Mm. I didn't understand your question about the celery.
So for the soup, I think it was like I think I was doing let me see, let me look at my thing. So the like for the soup, the broccoli soup, the cream soup, the celery was 1 pound each, but we only needed 4 ounces. So I did like the conversion thing, I think, on I don't know, I think I got the right answer for that one, but I did the conversion for the pounds to ounces and on the website. Um, but I guess my question is, I know it's mainly for dry ingredients, but do like whole ingredients like that count as well, or is it just strictly like like dry ingredients, you know?
Oh yeah, you could say like 2 cups of celery.
Okay.
Yeah, but in this case for the celery that you're talking about, we know that a celery a stalk a bunch sorry a bunch of celery is about 1 pound
Mm,
on average. And so that's how we are going to use that conversion. If we only need 4 ounces, then that's what we can say that those conversion that if we purchase, let me hold on, where's my pencil? Hold on. So if we purchase, let's say celery, it's $1.50 per bunch, and we need 6 ounces, right? Well, using this information here, we can change 150 per bunch to 150 per pound because it's about a pound.
hmm.
And then now I can convert pounds. I can easily go between pounds and ounces here.
Okay,
But
cool.
you could in theory, you could, I don't think there is an option for like a bunch on the website.
I think I did it to ounces because there was like a segment for raw celery, I think chopped. And
Okay.
so I think that's what I did. But I just wanted to clarify like the dry ingredients and like whole ingredients and like if I'm supposed to be like measuring out, not like everything, but just certain items, I guess. Also, a quick question for the butter, I think, because I ended up changing the butter from the 36 pounds. I just multiplied that to change it into like, I think ounces, which was like 500 something. But I just wanted to clarify if that's okay, because I got the same answer as y'all did. I just
Oh,
did a different conversion, I guess.
absolutely.
Okay,
Anytime,
cool.
like if you have, so this is where this AP to recipe comes into play. It's visual helps you see both sides. And so if it's 91.80 for 50 pounds, and we need, let's say, 19 ounces. Well, I can do ounces and pounds. I know I can convert easily, but I know I'm gonna be going down to ounces, and so I can just go ahead and multiply that 500, or sorry, that 50 pounds times 16 to get 800 ounces. And then
Okay.
that way, when I divide by 800, I automatically have my cost per ounce.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Alrighty, thank you so much. Those were my
you're welcome.
questions.
Any questions here in class?
So, I have a question, just
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
Ryan.
So like going to the website, the conversion website, I think I was doing that for the cheese, right? So we should
Yep,
have done it for the cheese because it was cups, right?
correct.
Okay, okay. I don't know why I'm just like thinking that I should go to the website for everything, but I'm not doing that. So,
Yeah, no, it's only for the dry ingredients. The liquid ingredients you don't need to do that for, except for there's one, I think it's the honey, because we usually buy honey by the weight. So on that one, we think of honey as a liquid ingredient, but technically we will need to, and that is mentioned in the semester project notes. Joseph, I'm coming to your question about the notes for the cheese bread. Okay, use black pepper.
I ended up getting the right answer eventually, but I was just a little confused. It's just because it said black pepper there, and then on the menu said it says white pepper. But I ended up getting the right answer somehow.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out.
I may have been looking at the wrong menu part two. That could have been on my fault. It
Yeah,
was late at night.
I don't think there's white pepper, I think in the velouté sauce, or not in the velouté sauce, or um
The mushroom or the
the
broccoli soup.
soup. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that probably was on my part because I ended up getting it right. But yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. No, that's good. That's an easy question to answer.
For the broccoli soup, I did need some help for the white pepper on that one though. I couldn't
Okay.
get that one. I got everything else.
Okay, talk to me about white pepper. What did you do?
All right, let me pull up my stir. White pepper. What did it say? It said poi is Tech Chef. Tech Chef says pepper white grounded is 70 cents on the ounce. The
Okay.
menu sheet says that we need 2 1/8 teaspoons of white pepper. And I know that we would be using the conversion website for this one,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yep.
Okay, so let me pull up the conversion website. Trying to see what I did wrong. There it is. The conversion website, we would put it for 2.2, and then the measurement would be teaspoons, right?
Okay.
White pepper. There's only one thing to select for there.
Okay.
Let's see. And it comes out to point, the weight for it is 0.18 ounces.
Okay. Cool. Oops, there's no dollar sign. Hold on. So 18 ounce. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm thinking that, bless you, I'm thinking it's in your conversion. Yeah, so it's in your conversion. I'm not sure where you got when you got 2.2 teaspoons. How did you find that 2.2 teaspoons?
Oh, the menu said 2 1/8.
Okay.
So I thought that that would just be the closest decimal conversion for it.
Yeah, so anytime that you have a decimal conversion, or like let's say a fraction, so 1/8, go ahead and just type it into your calculator, 1 divided by 8, and it will give you the decimal equivalent.
Okay.
And
Well,
so this 2 1/8 is equal to 2.125. So that might be where you're getting off is with because with the decimal being a little, it's not that much bigger, but at that level it might be that it might make a difference. So try that and try 2.125 and see what that answer is instead of 0.18.
I'm sorry. Could you just say a little slower? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, so 2.125 is your conversion of 2 1/8.
Okay.
So try that and see if it's anything different than 0.18 ounces.
Okay. All right. I'll try that. And thank you. I'll see
You're
what the
welcome.
answers are.
Cool. Anybody else? Any questions?
Mr. Romansky, I have a question real quick.
Okay.
What salt can we use for the pepper, rosemary, and cheese bread?
Um, if it just says salt on the recipe, you're gonna use that iodized salt, like table
I
salt.
okay,
Yeah.
because I still got it wrong. I got iodized salt, but my I don't know. I still got it wrong.
Okay. So we know salt is 2 cents per ounce.
Yes, and then we need 2 tablespoon of two
We need
teaspoon.
2 teaspoon. Okay. Cool. So we come up here.
So
And what did you get for your 2 teaspoons of salt?
uh it's 0.42.
Okay. 0.42 ounces. Okay. And so then what did you do after that?
And I multiply it by uh 0.02 times 0.42.
Okay. And what did you get?
It's 0.0084.
0.0084.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what answer did you put in?
I put in I put in 0.84.
Okay. So you put 0
Really,
0.8.
let me check. No, double check it. So, yeah, I put in 0.084.
So okay. So we should only ever have two decimal places in any of our answers, right? Because we're talking dollars and cents. So we're talking about dollars and then pennies. Cents are only two decimal places. Okay.
Okay. So,
And so since we have three or more, we're going to round up this one to the nearest penny. So we round 0.0084 up to the nearest penny. It comes out to 1 penny.
okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Any questions?
For the red onions on the grilled zucchini
Okay.
menu, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I'm not getting it right.
Okay, cool.
So I'm getting, it has the three red onions on the menu from what I wrote down.
Yep.
And then in your notes, it says that the average weight is going to be 4 ounces, 0.34 per onion. And so you multiply those two together, then the total is going to be 13.02 ounces. And then in the recipe, it's $1.65 per pound, or like in the chef tech thing.
Okay.
And so it must be somewhere in like my converting because I get 1.34 and it's saying that's wrong.
So your recipe side is correct.
Okay.
So let's look at the AP side. When you divided, how did you get down to the cost for 1 ounce?
Um, I did it a couple different ways, but I also like one of the ways was 1.65 divided by 16 just to get it down to 1 ounce and then multiplied it back up to the 13.02.
Okay.
And then I also got like
Pause
the
for a moment. That
yeah.
is correct. Okay. But what number did you multiply by 13.02?
Um I did it both like just with what the entire calculator says, like what's showing on yours, and then I also submitted it to where it's just the 0.10.
Okay. So that's the error is that we
Okay.
need to this 0.103.
Mm-hmm.
This should be rounded up to 11 cents per ounce.
Okay.
So anytime that we have more than three decimals or more, we always round up to the nearest penny.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
of
I will
course.
check that. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, because this three right here represents basically a third of a penny. So if we're using red onions all year long, all day long, that third of a penny is going to add up over time. And so to accommodate for that, we always want to just round up to the nearest penny.
Okay, so it's like you said earlier then with the I think over the flour.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so anytime we have, the only time when we don't round up is when we have exactly two decimal places. Other than that, we're always going to round up to the nearest penny.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? I'm going to pause the recording for a moment so we don't just have dead space. So if someone does have another question, please make sure you remind me to start recording again.
My my, my AP is my AP is 3.96 pound, and then I need 4 cups from a recipe, and then I convert it to 4 cups is 0.88 pound for the conversion of volume to weight.
Okay.
And then I divide it into 396 divided by, multiply 396 multiply to 0.88. So it gives me $3.48.
Okay.
And then I rounded up to $3.50, but it still got me wrong
Why didn't you go to 50 cents?
because it's that if it's $3.48, I have to round it off to 50 cents,
It's
right?
$3.48. And you round up
Should
to
I
the
round it?
nearest penny. What would that be?
I round it off to 50
But that's rounding
for,
up by 2 pennies.
I'm sorry.
That's rounding up by 2 pennies. All right, because you have 48 cents. What's one more than 48?
49.
There we go. So
Yeah. Okay.
let's see.
I got it.
I don't know if that 1 penny is going to make that much of a difference, but let's test it out and see.
Okay. All right. I just
Let me see. I'm going to open it up the quiz right now. Parmesan bread or Parmesan cheese, $3.49. Let's put that in there. Nope, that did not come out right. Okay. So let's check the other option. Let's make sure that that is. So we need 4 US cups. Ah, I see. Okay, so
okay.
you use the Parmesan cheese dry grated.
Yeah.
We probably should use the shredded
Okay.
because that's what
All
there's
right.
inventory, the shredded.
Okay.
So the shredded would be 0.71 pounds, and that is going to
Okay.
make a difference.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the Zoom meeting. Thank you all so much. We'll see you on Wednesday.